Welcome back to Somewhat Saved. All right.
Here we are.
Today,
Episode 9.
Today's a good one.
Yeah, what are we calling this one?
I forgot what I wrote down. I put it's on your phone. It's on the note. Is it
like when everyone thinks I'm fine?
No,
it wasn't on the note because I didn't write it.
It was on the note.
It was?
Title idea. You didn't read those.
My phone's far away.
This is the intro. I'm leaving it.
This is so we don't have friendship beef while we're recording this.
Yeah, check
we have to get episode 9. Oh, the cost of holding it all together. That wasn't there when you sent it to me.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. I swear to you. I would have wrote it down.
Uh-huh. No, the other one was good. Did you see the other one?
For episode 8?
Yeah.
When we feel like frauds?
Yeah, that one felt good.
Yeah.
The
cost of holding it all together. I hope you cut none of that.
I'm going to keep all of it. People can see how mean I am to you. Be like, why are you friends with her? Gosh, I don't know, guys.
She scared me. I had to jump up and get my phone to prove.
I
Help
scared
me.
you.
Save me.
She's somewhat safe, but she's mine. This is for sure going to be a promo video, though. If I don't keep it all in, it'll be a reel.
And this is quality content.
Woo!
I need to move this. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
The cost of holding it all together. We got there.
Whew. Do you think people would describe you as someone who has it together?
Yeah. I think on the outside I present that I have it together.
Yeah, I literally wrote down Kaya and Dustin would not, but everyone else would. I saw the hesitancy in your eye where you're like, yeah, we don't hold it together for each other.
Yeah.
But we do for everyone else.
For the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world thinks I have it together.
Yeah. I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people would be surprised if they knew how you actually feel?
Yeah, I think every time that I tell people I am unwell, they're like, oh.
They're like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in the room a couple of times when you've done that and they like, there's this panic in their eyes where they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah. And I think I'm much more open about it than I was pre-August.
Yep.
And so now I'm like, yeah, I'm not okay.
Yeah. There's a lot more transparency in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think when people find out how I am, they typically feel uncomfortable and then they try to fix it. Yeah. Like I feel like the few times, and we're going to get into August, but I feel like the few times that I've shared openly with my prior team of staff and volunteers, I feel like every single time someone's tried to fix it. Mm-hmm. Have you prayed about it? Mm-hmm. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yes, thank you. I've had depression since I was 12. Yeah. I just was in denial until this year. Yeah. So I've had 14 years of experience trying to deal with it. Of trying to fix it. So yeah, I think people try to, they just feel uncomfortable. I don't know. They get like, what do you mean? Yeah. What do I do with this?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably catches people off guard when you seem like you have it all together and you're like, actually, I'm melting. Yeah.
And even if I don't seem like I have it all together, I feel like I'm a very laughy, giggly person. Yeah. And so when you're like, I'm depressed, they're like,
and then you laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I have severe clinical depression with a smile on my face and they're like, yeah, okay, are you kidding? And I'm like, no, actually it's diagnosed by multiple psychiatrists.
Very like what is happening?
Like very off.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like not connecting.
What's the difference between functioning and actually being okay?
Mm-hmm. I think that when you're like a high achiever and like you're able to just function, but you don't need to be okay to do that. Like you can go through the steps. Like in September and August when I was dying, nobody knew because I was still showing up and I was still doing my job, but I was just tired and burnt out and didn't know where I was at with Jesus. And so I'm able to put on the show, but that doesn't mean that I'm okay.
It's almost like your mind and body go through survival, so they just like do the steps for you. Yeah. Even if you're mentally like, I'm not here right now.
Exactly. Feel like I'm trying to run away actively, but I still need to show up.
Get my job done. Yeah. Do you feel like you've gotten good at pushing through then?
Yes, but I think I'm more aware now. Like I take days off when I need. Like I took yesterday off. Because I was able to. So it's just like finding time to take do rest so that I don't get back there and just be more aware of what my body and my mind need.
And what they're telling you. Yeah.
What about for you?
I think, I don't know if I've gotten good at it.
Yeah.
I think maybe I have. I don't know. You tell me, because I feel like it's weird to be like, yes, I got good at it and I quit.
But that's what you needed.
Yeah.
That was your way of.
That was how I can push through now. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely feel like it's weird to be like, I got good at pushing through and also I don't have a job. But
that's what you need to do to be okay.
Yeah.
Like you needed to take those steps.
Yeah. I feel like I maybe was
through to functioning.
Yeah.
It's making sure that you were okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to say it. Like not pushing through to be functioning, but to be okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you rest or do you just distract yourself?
See, I think this is what I've been working on the last 8 months. How long has it been?
It's been 9. Like who's counting?
Okay. It used to be just distracting myself. Like I would go to work and that would be a distraction from how I was actually feeling. And then, but now I think I understand what real rest is. It's not just taking time off for shutting out. It's actually spending time with God and going to Him first. I'm like 105 days.
I know, that's so good. No, I started. I'm on day 4. Yay. I literally, Kai has been spending time with Jesus and reading her Bible every day for 105 days. Yeah. And she told me the other day when she hit day 100, and I was like, oh, I should do that. And then literally the next day I was like, I'm going to do this. Yeah. That's why I went to a coffee shop and spent time with Jesus. Because I was like, Kaya does this. It did not feel good, but
I mean, some days it's just opening the Bible, reading one verse, but other days it's like actually. Yeah. But being in the Bible every day, no matter how big or small. Yeah. It's very helpful.
That's really good.
So I think like figuring out how to do real rest, and it is creating routines and ways so that when you do just have to function, you're doing it in a healthy way. Yeah.
And not just burning yourself out. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I think right now I'm also learning this. My therapist and I yesterday were talking about like my part of it is our wiring. I think like for me, I like want to go. Like I do have a very, I don't know, I do have like a very CEO mind. Like I'm like, I could come up with 10 different ideas. I could make 10 different ministries. I could do, and I think it's learning how to just sit and like take a minute and be okay taking this season to not do any of that. I think it's my natural wiring to go find something to do, but not necessarily out of distraction. Like sometimes it's unhealthy. That's what I was talking to my therapist about yesterday. Sometimes it is unhealthy and it's like, what are you running away from? And then other times it's okay. And it's learning how to discern when is it a distraction for unhealth and when is it like just something to do. I've gotten really into bedazzling. I made a Lego, a hey Lego, because Remy's really into Moana, and I'm bedazzling it right now. And that's a good distraction.
Yeah, that's fun.
I just sit and do nothing, and I bedazzle it. Yeah,
that's fun.
But when you go and like start something when you're burning out, you probably shouldn't do that. But
well, it's probably like very weird to go from a full-time job to being a mom that you were doing before, but now you have. All this, like it's probably like a weird.
Yeah. Well, and my therapist like yesterday pointed out, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. People hire nannies to do that. Like people hire nannies to literally be stay-at-home moms. And so it is a job. But I think going from basically having 2 full-time jobs of being a stay-at-home mom, and because I was like, we didn't have any childcare. So like having that and working a full-time job to now just being a stay-at-home mom, like it's still hard, but it is literally 40 hours at least. At least 40 hours. Probably 60 hours of nothing where I'm like, oh, we're just doing arts and crafts all day, you know? Or like when she has her nap, it's like 2 hours of no emails.
What do I
do? Yeah. So it is very different, but it is learning how not to distract myself in those 2 hours with like just staying busy and just like, how do I sit and not, or like not doom scroll, like not being on my phone the whole time. Yeah. Has productivity ever been a coping mechanism for you?
Yeah. I think for me, I don't want to ever be viewed as lazy. Yeah. So I think that I use staying busy as like the thing that makes it so people see me the way that I want them to see me. I want them to see me as a hard worker and a high achiever, and that I have it all together, and I don't want to ever get caught slipping.
Yeah.
So I think that I use it as, well, I did all these things, but that's not what life needs to be. Like, we're allowed to slow down and be still, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because Jesus did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He actually saw crowds of people who were seeking him out and said, I need a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to go rest and I'll come back.
Yeah. So if Jesus wasn't in a rush
to
check things off his list, we don't need to be
in a rush. No, that's so true. That's so true. No, I feel like for me, the first couple weeks of being a stay-at-home mom, I was like texting Dustin updates of my day. Like, I'd be like, here's what we did today. And it was like a long list of like, we did the laundry, we did the dishes, we went outside and did a walk, we did this, we did a little, and I listened.
You needed him to think that you were just sitting at home.
And I was like, what am I doing? And then now I don't do it. I feel like being a full month into it, I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And he's appreciative, and I don't need to send him my
like he can see it when he gets home.
Yeah, I don't need to send him our to-do list for the day. Like, it's okay. Yeah, it is very interesting though, because I'm the same way. I don't want to be interpreted as lazy. And I'm like, I swear I'm doing stuff. Yeah. I'm not just sitting on the couch. But like, it's okay.
We're allowed to shut our brains off every once in a while.
And you are allowed to sit on the couch.
Yeah. Well, even yesterday, I took yesterday off, but I still like woke up, got fully ready. I went and did a few errands. And I'm like, I took today off so that I could be refreshed. And here I am doing a to-do list. Yeah.
Like, no, and I talked about that with my counselor yesterday too, where I was like, I take me time, like to be by myself or to have time alone. And usually it consists of chores or things I need to get done without a child. And it's not actually me time. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't count.
No, so I came home and I repotted some plants and
took
care of my plants. And I was like, that was good.
That was restful.
I need to spend time with my plants. Just a plant mom over here.
No, you just gotta find the thing. That fills your cup. Yeah. Do you ever feel numb instead of overwhelmed?
I think my go-to is overwhelmed. And I think that's when I start to feel the burnout coming in, is when I'm overwhelmed and when I have so many things going on. I don't think numb is one of my unhealthy emotions. Yeah.
I think mine is usually overwhelmed. I think recently in this last season, numb is when I knew it got bad. Like, I think when I was like, this is where I don't know how deep to go. I feel like in the last 9 months, like my body was telling me that's enough. And I was vomiting and had hives and panic attacks and had more bad days than good days. And I feel like towards the end, right before I quit, it was like all of it shut down and I just stopped feeling everything. And I was like, oh, something is wrong. And I think that was like, feeling numb was like the trigger of like, wait, there's no longer anything up here. We've been watching Inside Out a lot at our house, 2-year-old, and Remy loves it. And it's almost like in that movie when all of her main things shut down and she's like, I'm gonna run away because anger's running the panel. I literally felt like all of my values dropped and I was like, who am I anymore? And that was when I was like, numb, where are the emotions? Because even like sadness is better than no emotion, you know? And I think that was a big signal where I was like, you're numb and something's wrong.
Do something about it.
Like in the middle of December, there was a day in December where you came over because I was like, I can't go to the grocery store, and you and I went to Target. Kai went to Target with me because I was like, I don't have feelings. I like didn't want to get out of bed. So I think numb is like when I know it's way too high functioning.
An actual problem.
Ran myself into the ground.
The overwhelm is the warning signs, and then once you hit numb.
I really think so though. I think that was the first time for me. I usually am I feel like I'm a big feeler, not a very numbing person. Well, at least since I stopped drinking alcohol. If you drink alcohol and you're like, no, I don't get numb. Well, you do. Sorry to tell you.
That is true.
Do you only fall apart if you're alone? Or when you're
I don't think so. I was thinking on this one when I was writing it, and I don't know, but I was trying to think if this was pre breaking down in August or if it's new. But now I think I'm just very open with everyone, being like, I'm not okay right now. But I think before that, I just did it by myself.
Yeah.
Because I think it even took me months to tell you.
Yeah.
That I wasn't okay.
Yeah. It did not help that we were not okay both, together.
Yeah.
And so we both were like keeping it from each other.
So I think, now that I'm like processing out loud, I think it was, I used to just do it alone. But now I just tell everyone when I'm not okay. And I let people see it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like every one-on-one that I had with Dustin, I was crying, being like, he just didn't see it. Now I'm open with my team, being like, I'm not okay today.
Yeah.
So now I just fall apart with people versus when it was just me alone.
No, I think that's good. I think that's healthy to allow people in to see that part. I definitely fall apart more when I'm alone. But I do think I fall apart. I think my mistake before August was I fell apart with people that were not actually safe. And I think, or didn't actually care. And I think that is part of what went into the hurt and the burnout. And so I think now I'm in a season of like healing and figuring out who to fall apart with. Like, poor Kaya. Kaya and Dustin have really seen it. There was a night a couple weeks ago where Kaya came over and I was just on the couch and I couldn't stop crying. And I was like, literally, they won't stop. She came over and I was like crying right when she walked through the door. Like the tears would not stop coming. And so like there are people that I do that with, but I do feel like I'm relearning like who I can and who I can't do that with. Because I think in the past I was probably more open with the wrong people. Yeah. What shows up when everything gets quiet?
I don't know. I didn't write anything for this one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't write anything for this one either, mostly because I don't think I've spent a lot of time. Yeah, my therapist actually asked me this one yesterday where she was like, well, what happens? Like, what are you running away from? And I said, oh, yeah. Next question, please. And I said, I don't actually know what I'm running away from because I won't sit there to find out what catches up. I don't think I sit in the quiet enough. Yeah.
I've been practicing it more. Like the last time I left your house, I cried all the way home because there was stuff happening that day. And so I literally cried all the way home and I didn't have anything playing. Yeah. And so I was and it's like a 45-minute drive from your house to my house. And that whole time I was just silent and crying and talking to God. And like I don't ever hear God in those moments, but I think the practicing of the silence, just going to him being like, I'm just here to listen. So you can use this time how you want, but I'm here. Yeah. I think it's just helping me. Yeah. So I do practice it, but I don't, like, it doesn't do anything right now.
Like it does, like, you don't do it enough right now.
I'm not hearing God
and
getting these visions and it's changing my life, but I'm sitting in it and just letting it happen.
Yeah, I think the last time I sat in quiet was Sunday and I didn't go to church and I didn't do anything. I just went to a coffee shop and I ended up having a meltdown, like literally full on tears streaming down my face, could not stop crying in this freaking coffee shop. I'm in the corner of the coffee shop so everyone can see me. And I was like, really? This is what we want to do right now? But they wouldn't stop flowing. Yeah. They would not stop coming down my face. And so I made friends with the two ladies next to me.
They're like, is this girl okay?
Yeah. And I think that was nice. Felt like I just got to meet new people from it, I guess. But I did not like the emotions that came up. So I probably don't do it enough because I am scared of feeling that way. Yeah, I'm scared of feeling that way again. I don't like feeling bad.
Yeah, I think that's probably safe to say for both of us if the first emotion is just sobbing.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably should do it more. And that's what shows up. There we go.
Yeah, we got there.
Yep. Publicly processed. Welcome to our therapy. That's funny. Do you feel more safe being needed than being known?
Yeah, I think this goes back to what I was saying a second ago, like being perceived as lazy or that I don't work hard. So I think that I like to be needed and wanted, and I'll take that over being truly seen. Yeah. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I think it just comes down to a deep fear of being misunderstood. Like, I want you to invite me into the room and ask my opinion and use me however you want to use me rather than you actually knowing me.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think in this season, I'm afraid of people like, I think this whole time up until this point in my life, I've been afraid of people knowing how broken I am. Like, I think that's always been a fear of mine. Like, everybody knows different layers of me and like different things that I've gone through, but nobody knows besides like you and Dustin everything like fully, really, because I just don't let people get that close because I'm scared of being perceived as broken or not good enough. And I think in this season of quitting and being like, I'm so broken and so depressed, that was probably the scariest thing for me, because then it's like letting everybody see what's going on. I think it surprised a lot of people too. I think a lot of people getting to know me were like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, I had no idea, or like, what's happening, or I'm worried about you, which was very sweet and thoughtful. But like, honestly, every time I got one of those, I was like, whatever, like, ask people more how they're doing before it gets to this point. Like, you're worried about me, but you weren't. So yeah, everyone can throw a smile on their face, but everybody is going through something. And I think I had a fear of people getting to know how broken I was. And now I have a fear of like, how close do I let them get now that everyone does know? Like, it is out there and everyone knows. But like, now how do I keep going forward? Cleaning it up. Yeah. All right, now we're going to talk about August a little bit. It was a trip for both of us. So was there a moment where high functioning just stopped working for you? Yeah.
August for me was extreme burnout. I went in July, working every single day of July, including summer camp. So it was a week of summer camp plus every single day. And then August, it didn't slow down at work because we were prepping for fall. We did like high school baptisms that we had never done before. So there's like a lot going on. So I was burnt to a crispy crisp. Yeah. And I was still having to show up and get the job done from a place of I have nothing to give. So I don't know when the high functioning just stopped, but it stopped. Yeah. Like a freight train. Yeah, and I just had to recognize that I can't do this. I have to slow down and I have to rest and I have to be good with God in order to keep going.
Yeah. So do you feel like then that you crashed, or like you slowly unraveled into that?
I think season? I crashed. Yeah, for sure.
And it felt abrupt. Yeah.
Because like I am high functioning, so I can take on a lot and do a lot at once, but I can't do everything at once. Yeah. And that's what it felt like.
At the capacity too, like how large of a ministry that you're working under. So all of those things, like, it wasn't like yes, it was a lot, but it wasn't like a small church. Like you were doing it for high capacity areas. And
I think it was just like nothing was going to slow down anytime soon. Like, I don't think I really got a full weekend until October hit. Yeah. And it was like halfway through October. So it just kept going. Like, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And so, it was a hard crash. Yeah. Of me just wanting to run away, being like, I can't do this. I need to get out of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think August for me was July was also very busy for me, and I did work every day too. We were really on a roll. And I think part of the problem too for me was like my husband's the next gen pastor, and so he was overseeing the camps, and so it was kids camp, high school camp, middle school camp. We don't have childcare, and so it was like solo parenting weekends, and then every single Sunday in July we were doing barbecues for over 3,000 people, and I was in charge of that team. I was overseeing the welcome team. We have a cafe. I was overseeing the cafe. I was overseeing the snacks and coffee team. I was overseeing 4 teams with a total of over 200 volunteers every weekend, just needed to like produce what we were doing. And so I think on top of like the personal stuff of like my husband being busy also in his busy seeing of overseeing those things, and then not having childcare. So it was just like one thing after another. And it was like, I think we went to a women's event to do some scoping and get some ideas. And
that was part of our working every single day in July.
Yeah, that was part of our working every single day. Yeah, it was the day before. It was the day before a barbecue. And that day, I don't remember. It was like midway of July. And that day we were listening to worship. She was preaching about something. I don't even remember. And I just felt this like really big moment in worship that was like, I don't think we've ever talked about this either, but I felt this really big moment where I was like, I need to take time off.
No, you texted me.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I was having a meltdown because I remember I texted Dustin, I texted you, and I was like panicking because I was like, never felt this moment before, but I had this moment of like, I need to take time off. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need to take a weekend off. That's fine. And then it was just like a very clear voice. And I think I've talked about this with a few people on staff before, but like when you hear God's voice, like I think everyone thinks of it as like cute and sweet. And I think of it as like very authoritative. And it like usually like rocks me and it like makes me want to sit down and be like, whoa, what did he just say to me? I felt like he was like, no, I said you need to take a month off. And I was like, whoa. I don't want to do that. I was like, I was like, first of all, it's the busiest season of my career. And I felt very much like if I had kept going, I could climb the ladder so fast. If I would have done July successful and I would have kept going at the rate I was going, I think I could have had any job I wanted. And that's a very shallow and entitled thought to have, but that is how my brain worked. And when he said that, I was like, wait, I need to take a month off. And so I went to my boss, I think 2 days later, and was like, I need to take time off. And I made it pretty urgent. And it was really urgent. It felt really urgent. And I remember the first day in August not having a job, and I crashed and burned so hard. I was like, what do I do? And I did get childcare for that month, and we were getting help, and that was really nice because I did get to spend time alone for the first time ever, since having her at least. But that was like my crash and burn moment. I think since then I feel like it's unraveled. Like I don't feel like it was a crash and then it was, now I've just had to unravel everything that happened. But yeah,
I still feel like you're still processing it.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. So August was kind of that turning point for both of us. What did that actually look like for you to not do the same exact thing that we did in August again?
Yeah, I think like I just had to learn myself more and make changes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was able to do it pretty quickly, actually. Like I feel like I was pretty much back to normal by like November of just understanding what I need. Yeah. Like when it comes to rest and slowing down and being good with God, like I was able to turn it around pretty quickly. And I think that was very helpful. So I feel like for like the last 5 or 6 months, I've been able to recognize that I don't want to go back to that. And I'm very scared for this summer because I'm doing more this summer. And I'm like, am I going to get back to that? Or am I more aware and in a better place now so that it won't feel so draining?
Yeah. You're a lot more transparent with people around you. And I do think you're better, whether you think this or not, I do think you're better at asking for help now too. Because I feel like that was something that you worked on coming out of August, was like just telling your team you need help.
No, I went to my team this week because we're about to write like 500 postcards to invite kids to summer camp. Oh my gosh. And I like turned and I was like, do we have any volunteers who want to write postcards?
Look at you.
And I would have never done that before.
She's never done that before.
Volunteers and I'm writing these 500 postcards.
Oh my gosh. No, that's amazing. No, but like that kind of stuff. Like you have gotten a lot better at that. So I do think that's good. Yeah. So it's just recognizing what I need so that I don't get back there. Yeah. Yeah. I think mine is just, I think mine is still like kind of becoming, like I don't really know how
not. Just a major life shift too.
Yeah. I feel like, mine crashed and then it unraveled into realizing that I couldn't heal in this place. And I think that was really unfortunate. And I think that was like kind of my body's way of being like, it's time to come out of high functioning. It's time to come out of survival. I do think God in this season is telling me that it's not time to be in survival anymore. And it's like, okay to learn how to be okay and live and not do everything yourself and not have to be working to prove a point or to show that you're capable. And so I think for me, making sure that I don't do it again and having it really be a turning point is just leaning into that more of not knowing and being okay not knowing what's coming and where I am and what I'm doing. Going from being like the best that you could possibly be at something to like square one and not knowing anything is like, oh, okay, very humbling.
Like you're starting over.
Yeah. And I've done motherhood the whole time, but obviously motherhood looks a lot different when I'm bringing my daughter into the office every day to like, oh, now we're just at home.
She just has all your attention.
Yeah. We're just home and it's just the two of us. Yeah. And I don't have a call or an email or a text to respond to urgently. So yeah. Do you think people knew, or did you hide it well?
I don't think people knew.
No.
You didn't even know.
No, I didn't.
No, nobody knew.
No, I knew something was off. And we've talked about this. Like, I knew something was off, but because we were both
dying.
Because we were both dying, I was like, it's better if we pretend that she's okay.
Well, because I remember the day I told you, and you're like, me too. Yeah. We were like sitting in a meeting room.
Yeah, we were sitting in a meeting room, and she was like, I have something to tell you. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, I was not good with Jesus. I was like, me neither. I definitely feel like that was the moment that I was like, oh, we're best friends though. Because July was awful for both of us. But I also think we both were like, do not bring this up to the other person because look at them. Yeah. Poor Dustin had his like work wife and his actual wife.
He never got a break. He's like, these women need to get it together.
Like, I'm dealing with this at home right now. I'm dealing with this at work. You guys are saying the exact same things.
Well, it's so funny. Like, there was one day in August where we literally drove to the beach.
Yeah.
And, like, we didn't talk about it then.
We didn't talk about it. No, and we drove.
We're in the car for like 6 hours.
We drove to the beach, ate McDonald's because we were scared of all the seafood.
And we still didn't talk about it then.
Still got sick.
Yeah.
At the beach.
At the beach.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it at all.
No.
We were really in denial. We like hinted at it, I feel like, on that trip. That's like when I feel like we both knew something was wrong. But we both were like making jokes. We're doing what we're doing right now. We're both making jokes the whole time and like not really like
seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we just didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just weren't ready. No. What were you avoiding by staying functioning in that season?
Keeping my job.
You were avoiding?
Well, I was avoiding losing my job.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I had to stay functioning. Otherwise, I wasn't going to have a job.
Yeah.
I still had to show up, even though I spent way too many hours there doing that between July, August, and September. Yeah. So if I slipped at all, I was going to get fired.
Yeah. No, that's real. I mean, you wouldn't have, but yeah, that fear is real. I still don't feel like if you failed any of those things that you would have been fired, but but if you haven't listened to our imposter syndrome episode, go back to last week.
6 events in September. We had high school baptisms in August, summer camp in July.
No, it was a lot.
It was a lot of stuff.
And it was like front facing. They were all really important. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it had to get done. And it was my job and responsibility to get it done.
Yeah. But. Yeah. I think mine was a lot more spiritual. I had told you and I told Dustin this a few times. And I don't know if I told you in the middle of it happening, but I definitely told Dustin in the middle of it happening where the closer, and this was like my phrase, starting in probably June, the closer I got to God, the further I was getting from the organization. And that terrified me. I loved the people. I loved the job. I loved everything about it. And I think every time I got closer to God, anytime I did like a Sabbath, a little staycation, sabbatical at home, solitude, the closer I got to God, the further I got from the organization. And so I just stopped. Yeah. I stopped talking to God and I stopped getting closer to him because I was like, no. I was like, my family's here. Yeah. I want my daughter to grow up here. I want my husband to here. I want to be here forever. And I think it just kept coming up. And I think it was by the time I got to December is when I was like, I want to be here. And I was so far from God. And that's when the numbing started to happen. Did I think that was a coincidence? No, I didn't. Like the farthest I got from God is when I started to feel numb. But that was like, I was like, I will be here forever. I will work here forever. I will climb the ladder. I'll make it to the top. We'll do the thing here. And then January, it was, I don't know, just a random day in January, Dustin and I came together and he was like, I don't think this is it. And I was like, I think I need to leave. And that was really hard because I was like, I think it's going to happen this year. Like, I need to leave soon. Yeah. Because I was like, the farther I got from God, the closer I did get to the organization. Yeah. And the closer I got to God, the farther he was like, this is not where I'm calling you to right now. Yeah. which was just a hard reality. And so I was just trying to avoid, by saying functioning, I was just trying to avoid that reality of like, it's time for a new season. And that was a scary truth, I think, that came up for me. Yeah. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. No. Like, just to be super clear, when I say that, I'm not saying God is saying that place is awful. That is not what he was saying at all. He was just saying, I'm not calling you there. I'm asking you to leave. And I was like,
listening to me.
Yeah.
And you need to listen to me.
Yeah. And I was like, no. Because Dustin and I have talked about it a lot. Like, in the last month, if I had left in July when I started to feel those things, I don't think I'd be as hurt as I am now, because I think God was trying to protect me. Yeah. And I was like,
you're just ignoring him.
No. Yeah. I was like, this is the place. So if anything, I really do think it's a great place. And that's why I was fighting it so hard. Yeah. But Jesus was like, that's not what I said. Yeah. So yeah. Is burnout failure or is it exposure?
It's 100% exposure. Like, it's your body saying, get it together. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. Because I don't think it's, I mean, if anyone says burnout is failure, then they've never really experienced burnout, and they're just,
I don't know if they've explicitly said that it's failure, but I do feel like I've heard people talk about burnout as a capacity thing, like, oh, they're getting burnt out because they can't handle it, or they're not built for it, or it's not like their gifting, or it's whatever like cliche you want to throw on it. People do say it in other synonyms. Which I just don't think is fair, because I agree. I think it's
haven't
just
experienced it, so they don't know.
Yeah, and I just don't think that's. I think that just discredits what our bodies are telling us. You know, God gave us this. God has the spirit within us, and He gave it to us. Yeah, and to be like, oh, it's because they can't handle it. Like, that's crazy.
It's just a cop out.
Yeah, it's a cop out to whatever your body's trying to expose. But I just think it's so much deeper than that. Like, if it is really bad, you'll see it, because it's like your body's telling you.
It's physical.
It's
It's not just something going on in your head.
It's not like, oh, I'm tired. It's like, oh, all of a sudden I feel like I'm having a stroke. Yeah. Like, I thought I was having heat stroke in July. I was like, from these barbecues. No,
you're going to be like, look at my hives. My hair's falling out.
My hair was falling. I still have a bald spot.
Yeah, you're like, look at my bald spot. I'm like, you are not okay.
No, it happens to you physically. If you're tired, take a nap. I wish I was just tired. Yeah. No, it was way deeper than that for both of us. And I think it was like because you get achy. It's like you feel sick. Like your whole body is like
no matter how much sleep you get, you're not rested.
No.
Like it's because it's like just a physical exhaustion. Yeah. It's not a sleep thing. It's you need to get yourself in check.
Yeah. And I do think that's why it's exposure, because I think your body is like, I'm trying to show you something is wrong. Yeah. And that thing that's wrong might look different for everybody. It might be like you're working too much, or you're not resting enough, or you have too much on your plate, or it's the wrong place. Like, it's going to look different for everybody, but your body is trying to signal, and it's your job to figure out what it's trying to expose.
And I think that's fully God being like, listen to me.
That's why I think it's the Holy Spirit, because literally it's your body. Yeah. It's like physical within you, and it's like, it feels gross. Yeah.
Like, you are doing the opposite of what I'm asking you to do, so you need to get it in check. Otherwise, you're going to have hives forever.
It was really bad. I thought I was like allergic to everybody. That was crazy. I actually forgot about my hives until the other day, and I was like, remember that time that I woke up with hives? Oh, and they never went away. I don't think they went away until December. Literally, when I went numb, God was like, okay, we're disconnected. Everything's gone.
She's reached the point.
We make jokes. What was high functioning costing you?
I mean, existing as a normal person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you stop becoming yourself. Yeah. Or, like, being yourself, because you can't. Like, you just have to survive so that you don't crumble. Yeah. So it costs you everything, really.
Yeah, it costs you your life. Yeah. I definitely think it's like, it can cost you mentally, it can cost you emotionally, it can I don't know. I feel like for me it was genuinely my life. Like, I feel like that feels really dramatic, but like, it was severe depression. There were thoughts, okay? And don't worry, my therapist and psychiatrist know, and so does my husband, and so does Kaya. So now you all know. Welcome, being exposed. But it definitely
we go laughing. We are unwell still.
We're getting better. But I do think it was costing me my life, actually. Like, I think there just came a point where I was like, oh, I'm going to die if I don't. And it feels so dramatic saying that, but when you're like, there's no way out, that's just not true. Mm-hmm. That is such a lie. There's a way out, and you just don't like the option. Mm-hmm. But you have to choose your heart. You're either giving up your life or you're just going to do something new. And those were my options. It was like, give up your life, Brittany, or try being a stay-at-home mom. And I was like, wow, those feel really similar. And they did, to be honest, feel really similar. And they're not. Like, they're not. But in the moment, it does. It feels so like, and that's when you know it's bad. Like, it's costing you your values. It's costing you your thought process. Like, the fact that I would think being a stay-at-home mom is equal to maybe giving up my life is like, what are you saying? But like, that's how it feels emotionally. It costs you everything. It costs you your sanity. You're just going crazy, which you don't need to do. Yeah. Has it affected the relationships in your life?
I mean, with us, it made us get closer.
That's why we're best friends.
Like, I mean, it really did. Like, we ended, like, after when we were both a little bit better, like, we spent so much more time together. And we were like, we became the codependent best friends. Yeah.
Yeah, now we text each other every week and we're like, we miss you. I miss you. It's been a week. Literally, I walked in today and I was like, I missed you. It's been a week. That's literally what I said. Yeah.
So I think like that was a positive.
Yeah.
Thing that came out of it. I don't know about other aspects.
Yeah. I think it affected my marriage a lot. Mm-hmm. I think Dustin is the kind of man who would never be like, that was awful. Because he's not going to make me feel bad. Yeah. But I can empathize with it because I would never trade spots with him. Yeah. I would never want to watch what I went through with him going through it. Yeah. I think I'd burn the world down. And I think it was really hard to watch because there's so many layers to it. But I also think it's just hard when like the person you love the most is like going through pain and like you see it up front and like there was no going away from it. So like earlier when it was, do you fall apart when you're alone? Well, I'm never alone really because my husband is there. And so like if I needed time alone, it would be like me going to our room and me being like, I need to go to our room for a minute. And I'd go to our room and I'd lose it and I'd come out and my nose would be red and my eyes would be puffy and he'd be like, okay, do you want to talk about it? And I'd be like, no. But like I think it did something to our marriage, which now I think in hindsight very similarly made us closer. Yeah. It did not push him away, but I definitely think in the moment it was probably really straining. Yeah. And then for our friendship, it got us closer. I don't think it did anything to any other relationships though. I feel like it was really just the two of you because of how close proximity wise, like we were to each other too.
I'm thinking other relationships. I think with my team at work, I've been more vulnerable and open with them.
Yeah.
Since too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like you have a genuine friendship with all of them too now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it made me realize that people do care.
Yeah.
Like they want me to be okay.
Yeah.
And that is a good place to be.
Yeah.
So I think like all of these things are like positive effects.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's part of it ties into last week. Mm-hmm. It's like part of the imposter syndrome and like the lie that we tell ourselves of like people don't want to know that stuff or they don't want to be part of it. And that's not true. That's not true. Yeah. They just want to know you're okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do people feel close to you or just reliant on you?
Is this before or after?
I guess just in either. I guess either. You could speak into how it felt pre and post, like if it's different.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really process this one before. I don't know. What do you think?
I think this one's a hard one for me. And it's different for me because I think I felt close to everyone before everything happened. And now being away from it, I mean, you quit a job and you see who stays. Like, it's hard because my husband works there. So I think it makes it even harder because I really can see who was relying on me and who is not close to me. And that has hurt a lot since leaving is like, you don't want to say, oh, I'm tallying who's reached out or who's checked in or whatever. And you're not. Like, I'm not keeping a mental tally. But I do know, like, the people that I thought I was really close to who have not reached out. And I'm like, oh, they just needed me. Yeah. Or the people who have reached out only about replacing my job. Like, only about needing help with stuff that I was working on. Like, that's really difficult because you do just feel like a job description then. And it's hard to not feel like all of those feelings that you were feeling in the time of burning out are not true. Like when you're burning out and you are in a really bad place, you do think of things like, oh, they only care about me as a job description. Oh, they only care about me as a number. Oh, they only need me for this and that, and they don't care about me as a person. And those kind of start to come up again when you don't have the people you thought were going to reach out. Like, and again, I'm not writing their names in a journal. I'm like holding anyone accountable. But I do think this season for me is different because I do think it's brought to light who really is close to me and who was just reliant on me, which is a really hard truth. Like, I don't think everyone was just relying on me, but I unfortunately do feel like I've been exposed to seeing who was just reliant and not actually close to me. Yeah. I think it's just different because it's like I'm away from it now. So I think for me, it's like, does anyone feel reliant on me right now? No. But looking back, like who has checked in, who has cared, I can definitely tell who was reliant on me and didn't care that I was there. So, and that sucks. Yeah. So.
I don't know. I kind of feel like for me, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Just because I am a high capacity person in general, so people do rely on me just naturally because I'm doing so much for so many different people. So, but I feel like there is a level of closeness sense. So it is more, we care about you, but we still need the stuff to get done.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, just a little bit of both, but it leans more on the people feel close.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's true too. Like from what I've witnessed, at least, that's what it seems like.
Like I used to just be somebody who's like, we need to check things off the box. We need to get things done. And like there was no human in it. And like people literally called me a robot.
Which as her best friend, I hated. So stop calling her a robot because she's not.
People haven't called me a robot in months though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I mean, it's good, but they should have never done it to begin with. As your best friend, they should have never called you that to begin with. Sorry, you're not good enough to know her.
But yeah, I think people generally feel closer to me because I am a human now.
Like, you like allow them to see it. Yeah. If you don't see people's feelings though, you don't get to call them a robot. Just to be clear. Have you ever felt lonely while being surrounded by people?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're not letting people in, you're going to feel alone.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like nobody sees you, but you're not letting them in.
Yeah.
So you're setting yourself up at that point. But I feel like, I'm at a better place with people now. So I don't feel this as much anymore, but it definitely was just me against the world at one point.
Yeah. I unfortunately feel like this question is a symptom of depression. So I don't actually know if this is like an applicable question for me. I feel like this is a very normal thing, a normal occurrence. Like I said, I was diagnosed with depression when I was 12, and I think I denied it literally until this year, like until it hit the rock bottom where I was like, oh, it's not getting better. Because I was diagnosed with prenatal depression and postpartum depression too, and all of those times I was like, I'm gonna get over it. And I think when November came and I went and got saw medical help and they were like, you have clinical depression, I was like, oh, it's never going away. And so I think for me this is just like a normal, I've just experienced this a lot. Like my least favorite things in the world, I can talk about this now. My least favorite, and Kaya knows this about me, she's my best friend. My least favorite things in the world were staff chapels. Any large meeting room where everybody's in, I cannot. I don't know what it does, but like my body cannot. I'm like in a room surrounded by people that I love and care about deeply. And I feel so isolated and by myself. And it's like a petrifying feeling. And like, I always sat with the same people, Kaya and Dustin, one on each side. And I felt like very, like I needed to be locked up. Like I think that's what I mean. I think it's just a symptom for me. Like it's just part of the depression that I grew up with. I don't know if it'll ever go away. Maybe it will. I don't know. But things like that just really make me feel more aware that I'm alone or that I feel isolated, even by people that I know, which is just really hard. I don't like that feeling at all. I don't want to go back to that feeling ever again. What do you think God sees in your most put together moments?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably like two things. It's either like she's got it figured out. She's doing what I'm calling her to do. Or he's like, she's putting on a show. Like, I feel like it's one of the two, you know? Like, is it my put together moments or like the real put together moments, you know?
I think this question's kind of a trick question because I don't know if God views what we view as put together moments as put together moments.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's either him patting me on the back, being like, you figured it out, you did it, or it's the.
I have a hunch that his version of your specific put together moments are when you take a day off and you spend time with him.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like he's like, yes. Yeah. And then, like, when we're, like, working and we put together a successful event.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. Nice balloons, ladies.
Don't talk about my balloons like that.
Balloons are in heaven, okay? No, actually, I can talk about this because I know.
Heaven party coordinators.
Oh, my gosh. I can talk about this because I know Jolena listens. Jolena's my sister-in-law. She listens and she texted me last week, but I literally need to say this. She's afraid of balloons, like deeply afraid of balloons. So we don't have balloons around her. It's a no-go. So they can't be in heaven.
Is it just the popping?
I don't know what it is, actually. Oh. I've never asked. I just, like, I literally am like, balloons keep them away from her. Yeah. I just get very protective. I didn't know. Yeah. And so she helped me set up my baby shower. Oh. Saint of a girl. And was full of balloons. Yeah. And then she was like, I'm scared of balloons. I was like, why are you here? What are we doing with these balloons? Yeah, so I just keep them away from her. Every time you put together a balloon arch, I think of Jolena. And I'm like, she would hate that. I'm like, that's so pretty. Jolena would hate that. We can't have so balloons funny. In heaven, though. Well, maybe she won't be scared of them in heaven.
Yeah, there's no fear in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that seems biblical. Is that true? That has to be true.
Yeah, it's only good things. Yeah. Only things God creates, and he doesn't create fear.
No.
Yeah. Amen. Do you trust God with your honest emotions, or do you only share your composed ones?
God sees it all.
Yeah.
He gets everything.
Unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. I think
that's crazy. I can't imagine just going to him with composed thoughts. I don't think God has ever seen a composed thought from me.
That's crazy. I don't know if I can stretch that far, but
I mean, I guess when I'm going and thanking him, I guess that's a composed thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely a composed thought. Yeah, it is interesting to think about that, huh? I feel like if you're a newer Christian, you might feel like you have to have it all together or be composed, but you don't.
Yeah.
But I can't picture. Yeah. I feel like we just gotta let it out.
Yeah.
I'm an honest woman. I guess
maybe that is true that people maybe do. Because, like, when we were in that small group and people were like, jaw drops.
Yeah, we were in a small group and people were really shocked that we doubt God.
Yeah.
And
so I guess maybe people do just go to him.
Yeah. I think he can feel if you don't know who he is. Like, if you don't. And honestly, this is actually good, I think, for us to say to everybody. If you feel like you only have to go to him with composed thoughts, like, I spent a lot of my time in August in my Bible getting to know who he was and getting to know him. And I think every single layer of him was so evidently clear that he can handle it and that he cares and that he'll show up no matter what and that he wants you realistically and not as a fake human. Like he wants you, like, literally think about Genesis and Adam and Eve. Like, he wants you to be naked and not afraid. Like, that is spiritually how he wants to see you. And so I think the more you get to know him, the more it's less intimidating to yell at him and to cry with him and to laugh with him and be real with him. But I do think if you are just reading the Bible and not going in depth, it can feel maybe intimidating. Like, he is the God of all gods.
Yeah.
That's kind of intimidating. But he also is the best God because he cares about you. Yeah. As a person. Why do we feel guilty for resting when Jesus modeled it?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just the being perceived as lazy. And so just recognizing that that's not what it is. You're not being lazy when you're taking time to be with Jesus.
I think that's good. I relate to that deeply of, like, feeling like I can't slow down. I do think there's a little bit of it too for me that's like, yeah, but like, he was Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when people are like, the seventh day God rested. Like, I agree. I say that too. I say that and I'll be like, God rested, so we have to take a day. Like, and I do remind myself that, but I also think there's this moment where every once in a while where I'm like, yeah, but like he was God and like he deserves a day off.
Yeah.
And like Jesus deserves a day off. And I think I'm like, but I think it's important to remember too that like Jesus had 33 years of stuff that we don't even really know about fully. Yep. And it was slow and it was day to day and it was normal and like that's okay. It doesn't discredit the work that he did, but it was different than all the miracles that we see over and over and over again.
Well, and I think that's part of the thing that I struggled with is like my hustling is to do ministry. Like, so what I'm doing and spending so much time on isn't bad. Yeah. Like I'm doing it so that people meet Jesus. Yeah. So like I had to make that shift being like, but I still have to take care of myself. Yeah. Like I can't run away from God in the process of making sure people meet Jesus.
Yeah. No, and I think for me stepping away from ministry for the first time was acknowledging that it'll still get done. That was really hard. Obviously anyone else can do it too, but it just God was using me and I think it's hard to be like, oh, but he doesn't need me to do it. And it'll still happen. Yep. And so I need to take this season off.
Exactly.
I'm sitting on the court side for a second, just cheering everybody on. Are you avoiding anything by staying busy right now?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that I'm more aware of what I need to do. So I think that when I'm busy, it's just a busy season. But like I said, like yesterday, I was trying to fill my time, but I'm like, no, I can just actually have a restful day. Yeah. So it's not like I don't need to check things off a checklist now. I can just face things when I need to face them and get rest when I need to rest.
Yeah, I think I'm just avoiding slowing down.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything to work on. I'm just finding stuff to do. And I think that was part of my therapy yesterday was like talking through like, how do you just turn your phone off and like sit for a minute? There's this like trend going around on social media that I want to try this week that I was talking to my therapist about, which is like turning your phone off, turning your TV off, not looking at anything and just like sitting in 30 minutes of like quiet and like not doing stuff, like just sitting. And I'm a little bit scared to try it, but I think it will be good for my nervous system. So I don't know, just finding things like that I can hopefully start to implement throughout time of just like making my body okay, slowing down. Because even similar, I feel like practicing not filling space, like when things are quiet, like you don't need to fill the space, like just trying to take it easy. What would it actually look like for you to slow down this week?
I don't know. I think it's just like embracing the quiet moments and allowing God to do things, like allowing myself space to see what God is doing.
That's really good. Yeah, I think just taking probably more intentional time alone that doesn't consist of a checklist of chores and things to do.
These dang checklists.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've got today.
Episode 9
of Somewhat Saved. Stay tuned next week.
Yep.
For episode 10.
Episode 10. That's
but
crazy.
You've officially made it 2 months into our podcast. So we're so glad you're here.
Yes.
You should subscribe. Whatever you're watching on, subscribe to our channel. Every Wednesday.
See you next week.
See ya.